2, go.
Wow, Steve, so glad you found time to come in. Welcome to Mohegan Lake Motors. I'm excited that somebody of your stature could find the time to come in to check out the Jetta for your daughter. I think it speaks volume of your commitment to her safety and well-being that you did squeegee this into your busy day. I'm going to try to honor that commitment and go real quickly over some important points that I think are pertinent. I know in your email you had two things that you mentioned that you thought were kind of shortcomings with Volkswagen. The first, your wife's experience with the Cabriolet. First, I'd like to point out that that was designed last century, before the iPod, for example. I'm sure in your industry things have changed a lot since then, as they have with Volkswagen. Their commitments to reliability have done wonders in recent years. In fact, I have some stuff for you to take and reference at your leisure. Car MD rated it 5th overall for reliability, above Nissan, above all the domestic manufacturers, above Mercedes-Benz. The second point was your concern about the cost of operation. Some people refer to it as the total cost of ownership, like Edmunds uses that phrase. So I did some research. Edmunds, for 5-year ownership for a 2013 Jetta versus a Corolla, found 4% more for the Jetta. However, there was a lot of standard equipment in the Jetta that wasn't in the Corolla. If you add that in, it really narrows the gap. And for 2014, there's 5 miles per gallon better with the Jetta, which I think will actually shift it into its favor. So now let's talk about the thing that really gets me excited about the Jetta. That's the overall safety. In Germany, these cars go ridiculous speeds compared to what we drive here. So they use different materials and different methods of manufacture. The first thing I'd like to bring your attention to is right here. If you look at a Toyota Corolla or even a Lexus, you'll see a piece of molding that covers up the spot welds. I'm sure you've seen pictures of a spot weld that come down very fast, very efficient, but it's a weak point, and we're talking about where the top of the car is attached to the side of the car. Every time you open and close the door, they can move, heaven forbid, a side impact. With a Volkswagen, 2 pieces of steel are laser welded together. That joint is stronger than the surrounding metal. I could probably go on for the next hour about the safety. The thing you're going to remember when you leave here is a big lug like me jumping on the door and hanging. They don't do that in Lexus showroom, even though their salesmen are typically smaller than I am. The electronic safety is also significantly better. The most important point, I feel, is the electronic stability program. That corrects for over or understeer. Makes the car go where you steer it. Most important safety advancement since the seatbelt. The Japanese, American, and Korean systems turn off when you touch the brake, not the Volkswagen system. To me, it's a critical difference. Also, for 2014, Volkswagen has CarNet. It connects the car with the information highway. It'll allow your daughter to find the car in the parking lot, turn on the headlights, unlock the car. It allows you to keep track where the car is, set boundary limits, speed limits, even check if the routine maintenance needs to be done. I have a kid in college who's a great student, but he's so good of a student, those other things kind of lag. So it'd be great to check and see if he's done his latest oil change. Heaven forbid the car's in a serious accident. First thing happens is the intelligent crash response. Turns the hazard lights on, unlocks the doors, turns the interior light on, turns off the supply of gas to the engine. Next, the CarNet will tell 911 that this black Jetta has had a bad accident at Mohegan Lake Motors, and then we'll dispatch emergency people to the car. The car will be safe and found directly. The last thing is, I think your wife will tell you that although there may have been reliability concerns with the Cabrio, it was fun to drive. There's hours of stuff I could talk about the engineering of this car to make it more fun to drive, easier to operate, nicer to own. I think I got to get you behind the wheel of this car. I know how busy you are. So what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, put a plate on the car, you take it home tonight. You drive it, your wife drives it, show it to your daughter if you'd like. Tomorrow, I'll bring your car back to where you work, and we'll go from there. So Steve, thanks so much for your time. I appreciate you coming into Mohegan Lake Motors.